Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to my weekly Sunday card reading. And this spread will cover May 5th to the 11th. Before I begin, I just want to share one of the messages that I keep getting. It keeps popping up for me and in client sessions and in energy that I'm resonating with. So part of my mission with this channel is to share what is going on with the Earth Angel Collective, really to bring the community together. A lot of times we can feel alone and isolated and that we're going through these things or having these experiences on our own. And I'm finding that as I sit with clients and I have experiences myself, I feel like a lot of us are going through the same things, but we don't know it or understand it. So one of the things that I want to share as I tap into that essence of that higher vibration of God, Source, Creator, is getting good at receiving. So we're just entering the new moon in Taurus, and Taurus is an earth sign which can embody feminine energy. Feminine energy is the receiver energy, it's the magnetic energy, it's the energy that draws things to us. So I feel like the divine is seeing that maybe there are some of you out there who are listening who have been in giver mode lately, and the universe is asking to use this new moon energy vibration this week that we're in to practice being in receiving mode. So I believe I shared in last week's reading that I had asked God to send me invitations, opportunities, experiences where I'd have a chance to play and have fun that could bring me joy, and just leaning into his space and being in receiver mode. And the next day, my friend offered me a concert ticket to a country band that I very much enjoyed, and it was a beautiful opportunity for me to receive from the universe. And I mentioned that one of the last songs that they sang was Angels Among Us. And of course it was a beautiful experience, and I kind of laughed that of course God would give me an invitation to an event where there'd be a stadium of people singing about angels. So since then, I've kind of been in receiver mode I've been in receiver mode, receiving the air on my skin, receiving animal medicine. So I've been really surrounded by the mourning doves and cardinal energy. They keep showing up in my life, and I just pause to receive the vibration that these animals offer, the messages and the healing medicine that they offer when they're singing or showing up in your life. So maybe encouraging you this week to practice being in receiver mode. If somebody's going to let you go at a stop sign, say thank you. Open yourself up in a space of asking God to receive to you. Maybe you receive meditation and guidance with the being in receiving mode. Maybe you are open to experiences, maybe kind words. If somebody's going to offer you a compliment, being in that mode. Again, it's very divine feminine. It's very magnetic, and I think this can help a lot of us that are on this journey. And remember, we're all on this journey. We are in a lifetime of healing and spiritual growth and shifting and changing. You know, we don't get to a point where I guess we're completely healed on all levels. The more you want, the more things need to shift and change. And I think that's the beautiful part of us growing here on this planet. So my intention is always to share the knowledge and wisdom that I am receiving on my journey, to maybe offer you support. Maybe it'll comfort you, support you, teach you, inspire you, really to live your best life. All right, so let me begin. The cards that I'll be using this week is the Archangel Oracle cards. I'll start with an angel for the week. And then the power of surrender, what message that the angel feels like we should be surrendering to this week. Crystal Angels is another deck I'll be using. Angel prayers. And I'll finish up with the Moonology energy since we're just into this new moon in Taurus. So new moon is a time of bringing on new things. It's definitely receiver mode, like I said, divine feminine. So let's start with the archangels. Let me open up space. Let me invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. All right, so archangels, what angel wants to connect with us this week? Whoop, whoa, wow. That one just popped right out. So we have Angel Zadkiel. This is this beautiful card. And his message, how perfect, is teaching and learning. Talk about giving and receiving. So his message is keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So as I tap into the receiver mode energy, if you can look at this real quick too, you see how he has this book, and then he's got energy that's radiating out from his heart, from behind him, this divine energy. And then of course he's got the fire, the lighting of the torch. So I feel like this whole card is a symbolic of what is happening now with the universe. This energy right here of receiving. So when you're in a space of meditation, reflection, being in the present moment, it opens up opportunity for you to receive insight and guidance. You know, when you're in action mode, it's like you're doing and energy is going outwards. And so I feel like maybe this is messages for you for those of you who have been action mode, a lot of mental thinking, like what do I do, decision making, things like that. And I feel like Zadkiel is encouraging you to pause and to receive the knowledge and wisdom from the universe. And in a sense, as you receive that energy into your heart, it radiates out into the universe. So for example, I've been receiving this message for myself and others to receive, to be open in a space of being and allowing energy and intuition and guidance to flow through us. Remember, intuition is something that we're all gifted. Guidance and divine connection is something that we're all blessed with. You know, I'm in the space that I'm in because I do this on a regular basis, but I don't believe it's a gift that we don't all embody in some way. Now, I have to say my gift is to want to do this and offer knowledge and wisdom and have a business and do this work and really show up in this space. But my intention is always to empower others to shine a light on their own gifts and your own talents that you have in the world. So, you know, as I'm learning, I'm also teaching. That's why I say we are always in a state of growth. We were always in a state of expansion and learning and healing. So, you know, you're going to match the people who are going to match the vibration that you're in now. Now, I always say, you know, with these readings, take in what resonates and dump the rest. So you can do that in your own life, you know, embody that energy of learning and expansion. And so one of the things, sorry, I'm pausing for a moment because I feel like I'm getting another message, but one of the things that I'm also feeling too is that change is on the horizon. Many of us are being guided to shift locations, to shift friendships and groups and people that we're surrounded by. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that we have to say, you know, to everybody, like, your energy no longer serves me, so you can't be around me anymore. That's not what it's about. Because if you're running away from things because you're avoiding or don't want to deal with, guess what? It's going to come back somewhere else in another way. So I feel like we're in this space where we're leaving an old, maybe like it's an old pattern of like, maybe it's giving too much, or maybe it's enabling, or maybe it's compromising on your own needs. And now you're stepping into the power of, well, these are my needs and this is who I am and this is what I enjoy. Universe, bring me more of this in my life for something even better. I feel like we're in this out with the old, in with the new energy, but it's not necessarily where we're just kind of running away from things. So there has to be some closure. And so I feel like Zadkiel is encouraging you to listen to what the next steps are. So if you've been in this place of confusion, I don't know what to do. Now I have to say, Last week, it was emotional for a lot of people. It brought up a lot of stuff. It was a karmic shift. I believe Saturn went retrograde. Pluto is doing some stuff. So it brought up a lot of karmic stuff, old emotions that we still need to cycle and process through. So again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have support, spiritual mentors, friendships, guides, all aspects that can support you on this journey if you're feeling alone and isolated. But really, nobody is going to be able to tell you what to do. I say that, nobody really knows better than your own intuition and your own guidance. So, being able to have a support system that can help. And I believe this is where Zadkiel comes in this week with teaching and learning. Like, he's going to teach you things, and then you're going to take those things and you're going to teach others, or he's going to teach you and you're going to learn things, and then you're going to take those and you're going to go to teach others. This has been my journey for the last 12 years. I watch patterns, I get information and insight, and then I share it. And, sometimes it will resonate with people and sometimes it won't, because we're not all in the same space. So I feel like Zadkiel is encouraging you to pause, listen, get that divine guidance, and receive this week. Receive knowledge and wisdom, because he may be preparing you to go out and be the teacher. So let me go into the surrender cards. Let's see what may be clogging the vibration that we can surrender to the universe, that can assist us in this spiritual growth process that we're in. All right, Zadkiel, what message do you have for us? Whoa. Okay, let's go with this one. Ooh. Surrender to what is. Once again, here we have this woman, this beautiful goddess here, is in receiver mode. Her heart is open to the divine, and she's outwardly in the space of receiving. The message is flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accept it exactly as it is. Compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So last week, I feel like was an emotional week for the collective. Again, I feel like a lot of stuff come up. Anger is a thing that keeps coming up. Resentment and bitterness is an energy that keeps coming up for people, and situations that are sparking that. And remember, the basis of a lot of that is unmet needs. How are you compromising your own needs to please others because that's the right thing that you think you should do? And then what happens is you feel, well, what about me? How dare you? How could you? I'm not worthy, and it just kind of brings up self-esteem stuff. So I feel like surrendering to what is instead of fighting it, meaning allowing yourself to be in the space that you're in now. We are in a place of pause. We are in a place to reflect. If we are just about to go into another massive manifesting energy, then now is a time to adjust your sails. Now is a time to really be sure that you're focusing your energy in the direction of where you want to go and allowing what is. So basically, if you're feeling angry, surrender into that instead of fighting it. If you're feeling resentful, if you're feeling like you need change, if you're tired of an experience that you keep having over and over again, lean into it and allow yourself to accept this is where you're at. You may not like it, and that's perfectly fine, but from that place of acceptance, you can move forward one step at a time, and you're actually open to receiving divine guidance. Now more than ever, masculine and feminine energy need to tune into this higher power, this divine. God is in giving mode right now. God is blessing people with incredible ideas, creativity, new knowledge and wisdom to bring into the planet, all surrounded by love. But if we're fighting what is and not happy where we're at, guess what's going to happen? It's going to lower the vibration, and then you're going to go into that mental thinking of the past, the future, what if, how, when. And so I feel like Zadkiel's encouraging you to once again open your heart to receive from the divine, receive from the universe. tap into the play energy, tap into that childlike wonder, imagination. And again, all things are possible if you believe. Believing really that you're worthy and deserving. That doesn't mean sit and believe and wait for stuff to happen. It means knowing that you're gifted with this divine power to live a life of joy, happiness, abundance, and love. I know there are many of you out there who are waiting for things to happen. I know, and God knows there's desires, that there's wants, there's needs for money, for love, for companionship, for your business to take off, for you to really step into your full power. But know that I feel like a lot of us are in this timeout right now from the doing and the action, and we're supposed to be checking in receiver mode. The universe, I feel like, might be adjusting the sails a little bit. So maybe what it is that you wanted might be adjusting a little bit, or if you're gung-ho in that energy, the people that are around you may not be a good match. There might be a lot of factors that we need to kind of take pause and check in. I mean, a lot of us earth angels, we are doing people, and we just kind of take off. We take off on gut instincts and our feelings and our knowledge and wisdom. And I feel like God is encouraging you this week to pause, to go in, to reflect, to listen to the divine wisdom of the heart. Listen to the divine wisdom that's coming in. Maybe if you're not one to sit still, maybe you can go for a walk and allow yourself to receive from Mother Nature, the animal message. Just kind of pay attention to what's happening around you in the present moment. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. I love that. Okay, so let's go into the Crystal Angel deck. All right, Crystal Angels, what message do you have for us this week? Can you support us? I love these. Diamond energy. I love diamond energy. All right. So diamond energy says, value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. So sometimes when we go into giver mode, it comes from a place of pleasing. Like I need to give in order for people to like me. I need to go to these places and I need to do this and I need to do that in order for people not to be mad at me or, not to continue to like me. And I feel like God is saying in this message, this diamond, is that you are a precious, precious gem, and to value your self-worth. So if somebody's telling you something that doesn't feel like truth, if somebody's projecting on you, you're doing this, you're doing that, I feel like God is saying, check in with yourself. He says you are a God's precious gem. So if you're in that place of unworthiness, if you're feeling unloved, or you're feeling that space of the low self-esteem or lack of confidence, I feel like this is a reminder that you are a precious gem. Oh my God, there's this motorcycle outside that's revving his engine like crazy. I don't know if you can hear it. So I feel like as I ask, okay, God, what is that message? It's almost like he's saying you're about to get ready to take off. As the motorcycle just takes off. So I feel like God is saying you're about to get ready to take off. And the revving of the engine is kind of like we're building up energy, we're building up momentum. But in order to get that energy going forward, you have to know your self-worth, your knowledge and wisdom and gifts. You have to believe that you are truly a child of God and that He absolutely loves you and wants the best for you. So if you're in a place of comparison, what this person's doing, what that person. If you're in a place of envy, like, I wish I was in this place, I wish I was in that place, ask God to release that energy. If you're in a place of anger and resentment, ask God to release that energy for you. So I'm going to tell you a story. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but last week I was struggling with the emotion of loneliness. And it really is my own inner work. So I'm doing this inner work on this whole and complete person, which I think a lot of us in the Earth Angel Collective are right now. And remember, we're all moving through space. We're all on a healing journey. And so I remember feeling burdened by this work, feeling burdened by it, almost like I was carrying the cross. And so I was on this walk and I asked Jesus, I said, Jesus, please come in. Please lift this heaviness from me. Please lift this energy as I'm feeling this heaviness in my shoulders. And instantly I felt Jesus by my side, this beautiful being. And he was happy as a clam. He was light as can be. And he looked at me and he was like, are you done carrying that thing yet? Meaning like, are you done carrying these burdens? And I kind of laughed, and it was just so healing and so beautiful. And I just imagined that weight being lifted and feeling so much freer and lighter. And I remembered that that's right. I don't walk this journey alone, that we have these beings of light, that we have these divine energies that are supporting us. And I'll tell you, and I think I mentioned this last week in my last video. And so what happened was the next day I had an amazing day. I had an amazing day. Things kind of transformed and things were awesome. So I feel like if you've been in this place, if you've been feeling like you've been in this funk, the emotional energy has been heightened for a lot of people. So if you've been in this space, take pause. Instead of feeling like you've got to do more, say more, be more, have more, maybe take pause and ask God to receive knowledge and wisdom that can support you. Receive like the tools and inspiration that can support you on your journey. You know, if it's a money thing, asking God, you know, what it is that you can do to make changes with your financial situation. If it's love, asking God, you know, how you can receive love in your own heart to be a magnet for that divine love that is coming into your life. There's so many messages that I feel like the divine is waiting to gift you if you pause and you take time to listen. So for the Earth Angel Collective, the grounding exercise and sitting and connecting with your own inner world, your own intuition, your soul self, your higher power, taking pause and being able to reflect, even if it's 10 minutes a day, it has to be every day. It's got to be, you've got to take care of your spiritual body as much as you take care of your physical body. And I think a lot of us get caught up in that doing energy a lot where we get burnt out. So I feel like this is a message for us to take pause this week and know that all those big things are coming. So you need to recuperate, recharge, rest, fill up, and just be in receiver mode, that divine feminine energy, flow energy. Receive music that makes you feel good. Receive from the planet. Receive compliments. Receive somebody holding a door for you or offering to buy you a coffee or to cook you a meal. Say yes to those things because that's how we're going to receive our inspirations. All right, so let me tap into the angel therapy cards. All right, angels, what message do you have for us this week? Angel therapy. Okay. I love it. I love when I say something and then the message comes in to validate it. I love it. It's like my favorite part. Once again, we have this beautiful soul, arms up and out, in receiver mode. She's in this beautiful flower lotus energy. The divine energy is coming in, right? And the message is the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. So getting outside and being in nature is very feminine energy. It's connecting, and it's very new moon, new energy, bringing on, calling to us, becoming magnetic. I think I shared in some videos that my word this year, I choose a word every year, and my word this year is magnetic. And I'm taking this course that I'm absolutely loving that's about invoking and elevating the divine feminine energy and being magnetic to all things good. And that root comes in being okay with receiving. This is masculine and feminine energies. We're all going through this space. And so I've been doing that a lot with nature and being able to get outside and get a walk in, connecting with the birds. And as I said, the trees and the flowers. And I can't help but see everything a little more brighter, like the grass is greener, the flowers are brighter. I walked by this bush the other day and it had these beautiful tiny pink flowers, and I just thought, how amazing is this world? And I have to say, it was in kind of like a wooded area where it was kind of hidden a little bit, so you wouldn't really see it unless you were really paying attention. And I kind of looked and I'm like, how beautiful the way these little pink buds are growing and how pretty they are, and they were wrapped up, and that's a part of that miracle of nature, of being in flow, moving with the divine, and recharging my energy and feeling good. So because I've been doing this at night, when I go to bed, I feel amazing. I feel happy. I feel inner peace. I feel joy. So if some of you out there haven't been feeling happy, if you've been feeling void or lonely or empty, I feel like this card is reminding you to get out in nature, connect with your guides. Like I said, I connect with Jesus, but Kuan Yin she's the goddess of mercy, compassion, and forgiveness. She's another beautiful divine feminine energy to call on. Mother Mary is another beautiful energy. Mother Teresa, they're very maternal, very feminine energies. Whom else? Guinevere, she's another goddess. She's the goddess of true love. She would be another being that you could call on to tap into that energy. And really, Jesus is the ultimate healer. He's powerful. So when you're out for these walks, out with this connecting with nature, call on down. You don't even have to go for a walk. If you're blessed enough and lucky enough to maybe have a deck or a yard that you can be in, and just ask Mother Nature to speak to you. She's calling you right now. She's exploding with youth, and she's exploding with birthing of the new, and we're really about to drop into this energy, but we have to take pause for a moment to make sure we're being surrounded by the people, places, things, and ideas that are going to support us in this space that we want to be in. All right, so let me finish with the moon energy. I'm going to tap into that new moon in Taurus, divine feminine essence, receiver energy. We're going to ask for a final message from that vibration. Let's go with this one. Yes! A new start is coming. New moon. I couldn't make up a better story as I pull these things. So a new start is coming. This new moon is bringing in new energy, powerful energy of a new start, fresh new start. Now I have to say, I am also seeing people actually moving locations or preparing to move. So a new start, sometimes it's a fresh start in a new job, a fresh start in a new place, a new home, even a new country or a new state, a new city. So that energy's been happening. Also to a new vibration. Maybe you're kind of leaving an energy that you've been in, and even for me, the dynamic of my business is changing, and I'm in a new vibration. I've got a lot of expansion and growth. So even though I'm still in the same location, everything looks different. I have more clarity on a different path and a different mindset and different vibration for my own spiritual journey. So remember, we have really two paths in life. We have our soul mission, and that is the service and the work that we do for others. How are we in service of others? That's our soul mission, And then we have our spiritual journey. Our spiritual journey is our inner work. It's our inner growth. It's us being awakened beings, seeing the world in a new, different space, and really shifting old beliefs, old ways of doing things. This is the inner work. This is the soul work. Soul as in singular, and then soul as in, the divine energy, the essence of like your higher power, your soul path. And, sometimes those merge and sometimes they're separate. So, right now I've got some inner work that I'm doing, because of course I'm a divine being and I'm ever growing and expanded, and I think that's something that we're all in this space. And then also too, my spiritual my soul mission is this work, is being able to share knowledge and wisdom, to be able to offer you insight and guidance and support in a way that is possible for me to conserve my energy, be able to support more people on a grander level. Like, there's nothing more that I love than my one-on-one sessions. I love working on people one-on-one. It's powerful. the people that are coming in are amazing. You all are in beautiful spaces, and it's very humbling to be part of that journey. But I also know I can't just share this information that I'm learning with one person. So God gifted me with this ability to be able to go online and communicate through my podcast and communicate through my YouTube channel to share this information on a grander level. So this is that part of the new start for me. You know, I'm kind of leaving that old energy that I was in, and I'm kind of embarking on a new vibration, an expanded vibration, being able to reach more people across the country and globally. And that is work that I had to do up until this point to be ready for that space. So I feel like that's happening for a lot of us. You've learned, you've had all this knowledge and wisdom, you've been taught a lot, you've been learning a lot, and we're moving into the space of getting ready to teach what we've learned and start something new. And I feel like the universe is saying to support you in that journey, to hold space in the energy. You really have to value your self-worth, your gifts. What are people telling you over and over again? What are those good things that they're telling you? Surrender to what is right now. What is, like, where you are at now may not be where you want to be, but if you can accept that, if you can get into the space like, okay, God, this is where I am, but from here, show me the steps on how I can move forward. Then go out and connect with nature. Be in that space of the divine energy, because nature is growing right now. All the seedlings are popping out of the ground. The flowers are growing bigger. The trees and the leaves are growing. The grass is growing. And even the baby animals that were born are growing. So tap into that essence, because this is what the new moon energy is bringing in. It's bringing in growth. So super exciting messages. So know that it's coming and it's happening. And this week, take a time out. If you've been doing a lot of work, taking a lot of actions, trying to make decisions, what do I do? Where do I go? How is this going to work? Give yourself a big old time out. Take pause. If your head is hurting you, if you've been in such your mental mind where your brain is hurting, lean back. Pull out of the energy, take a deep breath. You know that saying, like, patience, giving yourself patience and letting things unfold naturally is true power. Being able to, the wise ones, they say, it'll work itself out. Take a pause, it'll work itself out. Well, guess what? I've been practicing that, and guess what? It does. So lean out of the mental thinking, the racing, the decision making. Give yourself pause this week to receive gifts, joy, play, knowledge and wisdom from the universe, from Mother Nature, whatever that means to you. And again, be in receiver mode this week. I feel like even this diamond energy, you see how the hands are coming out, and let's see if I can get a good picture in. I feel like even pausing this and letting diamond energy fill you up, so special, so beautiful. Each is its own unique vibration. I feel like this angel is sending you light. This is almost feeling like the divine sending you light and energy to fill up, so that you're operating from the overflow. So if you've been in a state of giving, so here's my formula for giving and receiving or not. So even if it's $1 at Stop and Shop, sometimes they have, would you like to donate $1, or, places that you go to. So a lot of times around the holidays, it comes up. And so my navigation system is I check in with myself. So my formula is, if you have time, but you don't have the money, donate the time. If you have money, but you don't have the time, give the money. If you don't have the money or the time, lean out, fill yourself up so that you're able to give from the overflow. So if you're giving from an empty place, it's going to keep you in a vibration of feeling depleted energetically, financially, emotionally, in love, all aspects. So my formula is always to check in and see where I'm at, check in with how I'm feeling, and saying, God, am I feeling good? Am I feeling full? Am I feeling like I can give to the overflow? Then I certainly will. My time, my energy, my gifts, my knowledge and wisdom. And I can tell you sometimes if I've been working a lot of days and I'm working with a lot of clients, at night before I go to bed, I'll check in and saying, hey girl, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling a little depleted. Well, then you know what? I might go block off some extra time on my schedule to sleep in. I might block off some extra time to rest. I might the next day get to make some time to get to bed early. So I'm in a constant state of checking in with myself. How am I feeling? What is going on? And then honoring the guidance and the message that I get from that. There's no sense in being the hero. I can do more. I can be more. I can say more. I can make it happen. I can push myself, because you know what? In the end, I've learned that I'm the only one that's going to suffer. I'm going to start feeling resentful. I'm going to start feeling tired and depleted and drained. So being the true hero is being able to honor yourself, fill yourself up to overflowing so that you can be that true vibrating beacon of light that the world really needs right now. We don't need any more angry people. We don't need any more resentful and bitter people, because people are giving way too much. We want to find this balance of giving and receiving. To find feminine energy is the shadow energy. I think I've shared in my description below that my sun, moon, rising, and Mercury is all in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is the moon energy. The moon is the shadow energy. The shadow energy is the unseen. So I have this beautiful gift of moon energy to be able to see what's not seen with clients, with myself, with the collective. So it's important for me to be able to share this, to be able to support you on your journey. But I want you to take this information, and I also want you to check in with your own intuition. You may have outgrown this information. You may have learned this information 10 years ago. That's okay too. But you know what? I encourage you to share the knowledge and wisdom that you have. Receive the guidance that you're getting. Call on Archangel Zadkiel and ask him to assist you in how to put that information out there. Maybe it's a YouTube channel, maybe it's writing a blog, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's teaching a class. We're in this space of flow right now and downloads of information, how we can share it. So take this week to take pause, adjust your sails, and make sure you're moving in the direction that really is in accordance with the space that you're in right now. Okay, let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance, especially Archangel Zadkiel, and of course his beautiful new moon energy that we're settling into. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started through these messages continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. So, okay, friends, I thank you for listening. If this information can assist someone you love, if you know somebody who's in this space who's struggling, if you're hearing these messages and you're like, oh, I think this person or that person can benefit, please share this page, share this knowledge and wisdom. If this is the first time to my channel, subscribe to this channel, and if you hit that notification bell, you can get a notification every time I put out a new video. You can click right from the link from your account. What else? If you are challenged, if you do need support, remember, my work isn't to tell you what to do. I don't market myself as a psychic fortune teller energy. My intention isn't premonitions, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't come in some way as a step-by-step process. But my mission and the work that I do is to really empower you, to support you in the space that you're in, to validate what you already know, to give you some guidance. We come across bumps and hiccups and challenges, and I can't say how much I've benefited from my own mentors, from my own teachers. Know that we're all growing, we're all expanding, we're all in a healing journey, in a healing process. So I have the link in my description below on how to reach out, how to connect, how to book an appointment. I do phone, Skype, sessions, in-office sessions. I have a location in East Providence. And then one of my favorite things is if you've resonated with and you're feeling me, send me some emojis, maybe some angel emojis, maybe the praying hands, I don't know, maybe some flowers or hearts. I just think it's so awesome that new people that are coming to my page gets to see all the comments filled with beautiful, fun emojis. So whatever inspires you, leave some emojis in the comments for me. And the people who are coming to the page, not just for me. All right, friends, it was a pleasure. And if you have not heard it today or nobody's told you, you are so loved. God loves you. I love you. Trust in the divine. Trust your own intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.